All right. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for joining us here today. My name is Georgina, and I'm the library director here for the school. And welcome to Los Angeles Film School Library Orientation. So you want to learn about the library. So today I have here with me my two lovely library assistants, Matt and Steph. And we're going to show you how to navigate the library website, how to locate items through our catalog Koha, how to do some searches, access some of our A to Z databases, and ultimately we'll give you some tips that will help you become a better researcher. We hope that you'll have a better understanding of our services and the many different types of resources that are available to you as a student, alumni, or even as a faculty and staff member. Throughout the webinar, we will be conducting a couple of polls, so please do try to answer them when they pop up on your screen. Also, if you have any questions during our presentation, please feel free to use the Q&A tab. Steph will be answering them in the chat. And at the end of the presentation, we will have additional time to answer any lingering or additional questions live. So first things first, we want to take a poll to get a better understanding of our audience. So let's see, pull it up. So the first poll, we just want to know who you are. If you can select your current school status. If you're a student, you're somewhere in the first month, maybe months 2 to 5, somewhere in between. Please select those options. If you're about to graduate, please select that. And if you've already graduated, then congrats. That means you're an alumni, and please select that option. We also do have other options if you're a faculty staff member joining us here today. And if you're a student or staff member, please select if you're online or on campus. Just helps us understand who is attending this webinar, and we'll try to answer some of your questions too. So let's see. So let's go on to the next slide. So for this term, students and staff can access the library on campus and alumni as well. And we're located in B1, 5th floor. And for the most part, we're open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Though depending on holidays or special events, we may be closed early. So please do try to check out our library site, which are more accurate hours will be posted on there for the month. And while you're up here at the library, you can utilize the computers, borrow materials, you can print and scan, and you can use the space for study. Or if you want to just chill up here, that's fine too. Again, please check the library site for more details and updates. And for those of you that are online, we also have all of our many of our digital resources and online services will remain available on our website. You can still leave us an email or call, even if it's over the weekend. We'll still be able to answer you as soon as possible. So this is kind of our contact information. You can take a screenshot, but definitely it's listed on our website, which will go more in depth in a little bit. But before we move on, we would like to get another poll. Let's see, poll number 2. Has anyone visited the library, our library, whether it may be in person or visiting the library's website? We just want to get a better understanding of who has visited us before or not. And it's okay. That's why we're here to teach you more of the library services and what you can do on our website and how to do searches. So so please select those. And in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and share different screen where we can go ahead into our website. So, okay, nice. Okay. So, so this is our website. You can go visit the library website at library.la.edu. or you can go through Connect, or you can go through your LMS portal. It should be listed there on when you click on your profile. I feel like there's some resources there for you. So you can select the library and it will route you to here. I'm going to go over some of the key aspects of the library website, starting with the library's homepage. And then at the top over here, just excuse me. So I'm just going to go over some of the key topics over here about the library website, starting at the homepage. And at the top here, we have several tabs that go to a different page or different guide along with submenus for each. So we're going to briefly go into some of the sections here. I'll be talking about the About section, our services, our collections, and then go dive into our catalog Koha. And then Matt will be diving into research and ways to support us. And then I'll just come back again and just talk about some of our guides, our user guides. So right here, we have some announcements that we have that you can view more. Got some tutorials, some rotating announcements. We have our quick links right here at the bottom, so it just makes it easier for you if you plan on just creating a library account, access some of our A to Z databases. These are just some of the popular pages that we have that you can go ahead and easily access to. On the left-hand side here, we have our alerts. So anything that you need to know, you can click on here. We have our hours and location posted up here. So like I mentioned earlier about our hours, it will be posted here. That way you're aware and make sure you plan accordingly. We have our contact information here as well. So it's all listed here. And some of our social handles as well. And on the right, we have a list of some of our events. And we have some of our events coming up. So it'll be listed right here. We have we have tomorrow. We have our we're celebrating mental health awareness because this is the month to celebrate in, and you can always celebrate every day. But it's just a reminder to keep note on your mental health. And so we're doing some DIY essential oils for your wellness. So if you're here on campus, please stop by in B2 lobby. From 12 to 2, we'll be having essential oils that you can create to create like calming or mood lifting essential oil blends that you can keep. And we'll definitely have some snacks and beverages there as well. So that's tomorrow. And we also have next week, the Artist Collective. We're having a live music showcase. That'll be May 22nd. That's next Wednesday. Doors open at 4:30 and the event time is from 5 to 7. So yes, so very happy. It's first of its kind. The students have led this project, and now we're gonna be showcasing a lot of students and alumni and even staff members are going to perform as well. So there is a live stream. There will be a live stream link posted. So if you click on here, you can go ahead and get that information. You can RSVP and get the live stream link when it's up. And then we have our Get Started section. So we have our some helpful pages or things that might help you on your journey here as you get started utilizing some of the library resources. So these are kind of the popular ones on here. We have our 2 main videos that are listed here in the middle. So this one will be the latest webinar recording. So this video is being recorded and then it's going to be uploaded here on the first one. And yeah, so if you miss out on anything or if you want to see a different it's going to be updated every time that we do this, because we have our orientation webinars every month. So every time we get make a new one, we upload it here. So if there's any changes, any events, anything that you want to check out, and you can always review that information there. And then we have our library catalog, which is Koha, and you can navigate and see on how to use some of the features in our catalog. So it just kind of goes more in depth in those details, but we will also be diving into that as well. So yeah, so 2 main video tutorials here, and then we have our news and blog posts in the bottom. So these do get updated regularly once we do have some posts, but yeah, like we did our World Poetry Day, we got some submissions on there, and then we did our AAPI Heritage blog. So you can go ahead and click there and see, yeah, you can read the blog, you can get some resources, so it's pretty cool. Yeah, you can go ahead and view that on your own time. And on the bottom here, we have some suggestions. So we do highly recommend you suggesting things to us. You know, the more feedback that we get, more suggestions on what we need to add to our catalog or to our collection, then the better the collection it will be for you. So that's just some of the things here on the front page. So now we're going to go into the About section. So here you'll find things that are associated with the library, beginning with the library's mission, purpose and the strategic goals, rules for visiting the library. So we do have some policies here. You can go ahead and select that, and depending on if your current status, you'll be able to do certain things here at the library. Yeah, so for our online folks, if you live here in the LA area, you can check out items. But for those of you that are out in a different city, different state, and can't get to the library, we can still help and assist you get resources in your area. So do try to reach out to us if you need those items. And yeah, then you can go ahead and read more about our policies, or what some of our lending policies and what you can do. So that is there. And our Ask a Librarian page, that's another good page for information on some of the things that you may need here. So yeah, so if you need help with your research assignments, right? If you need access to some of the resources, we can definitely direct you to that. We can help you search for those resources that you can access and read on certain databases, which Matt will be going on a little bit. But though we cannot do your homework, right? You just need to refer back to your professor if it's something like in particular, like a specific question on a certain assignment. But we can help you, guide you to the area that you are needing in, and yeah, we can do that for you. So you can always call us here at our reference desk, and yeah, if you're wanting to place holds, if you want to renew, check out things, you can also call us here at the circulation desk. So we can definitely help you on that. And also we have here some contact information from a lot of the different departments here. So if you're looking for advising, you can always call them or email them here. If you're having any technical issues with your laptop, you can always call the online support team. We also have our distribution center. So if you're having trouble with your tech kits, with some of the required materials that DC or distribution center sends you, you can go ahead and contact them as well. There's some other departments that you can see here that if you need help, we have their information on there. Let's see, and then we can go back to the homepage where we can dive into services. So we do provide some services here. Like I mentioned, we have circulation, so we're able to check out that you can check out materials. We have books, media, and digital resources, along with borrowing some equipment. So we do have a few computers here at the library. We have a printer and scanner machine. We also have some headphones and phone charger and laptop chargers, and other small like office supplies that you can borrow. So yeah, so you can utilize the space here if you need to study, do some homework, or you just want to chill. We provide those services here. We also have more spaces here in the hallway. If you plan to eat your meal, you can do that here at the hallway. We have some tables and chairs here. And in addition, we do library webinars, and we do events. So that's also another area that we do service. So let's go back to the homepage where we can go into collections. So as you can see here, we have some items, including books, screenplays, films, magazines. We do have some CDs, games, and a lot more electronic resources. So you can further view on what we have in our collection by clicking on the library catalog. And there we go. You're able to do simple searches on like what materials you are looking for to borrow or view electronically. So we've added a lot of electronic items in the past years to our collection, so you can access them 24/7. So Koha, our library catalog is open to the public, so no need to sign in right away. You can just go ahead and start searching. So yeah, so the purpose of this catalog is to locate items within our library collection. So most of which are physical items, but we do have some digital items here. Yeah, you can find them by title, by author. If you know the ISBN number, you can do that as well. And we have a lot more electronic items, a lot more electronic resources on a different page, which is our A to Z databases, where Matt will be diving into. But for now, let's just do a demonstration on how to, find some items here at the library. So let's do an example of a narrow search, right? Like, what title you're looking for, what movie or script, right, that you are trying to look for. So you can go ahead and type in the search bar a title of a movie. So let's say Baby Driver, really great soundtrack. And it'll populate some results. So as you can see here, we have the video and the script. And so yeah, so if you're looking for an e-script, you'll see that there's a button called Electronic Access, and then that's where you can go and click on it, and it'll route you to sign in if you haven't done so, and make sure you use your LA Film School email to sign in and password. Let's see. Okay, so I was able to access it. I can do it right from home, from work, from class, from as long as you have internet on your phone, on your laptop, iPad, you can go ahead and access that. And since all of our digital scripts are on our Google Drive, just make sure you're signed in with your LA Film School email as part of the Google Drive and not, your Google account and not your personal Google account, because you won't be able to access that way with your personal account. You gotta make sure you use your LA Film email to access. So sometimes if you're having issues, you can always contact us. You can always try incognito mode. That always helps too if you're having issues. But you can go ahead, go back, and so yeah, so same thing. If you're trying to look for the video, you can always click on the title, the movie record right here, and you can see some other information. We got some notes on here. We got a movie trailer right here. And yeah, you can see we have two holdings. So we have two items. We have Blu-ray and we have the e-video copy. And it's both available. So same thing. If you want to access the e-video, you can go ahead and click that electronic access button. And it will populate. And again, you could just watch this from home if you want, or in class, at work. Yeah, you can do that and access it from anywhere. It's available for you 24/7, all the electronic items, and you can do that there. And so let's say if you don't know what you're looking for, right? You just want to browse, you want to just do more of a broader search. You can use the advanced search feature. So let's go ahead and do an advanced search of some things here. So let's say, I just want to look at some of the scripts, right? But I just want only online scripts, so digital e-scripts, right? E-scripts, e-TV scripts, TV movie scripts. So select those options. And I highly advise that you sort them by title. It's just easier, just so you can see A through Z on what we have here in the collection. But we do have a lot of scripts. And eventually it'll populate. So yeah, over 5,600 scripts. And you can go ahead and scroll down. You can also refine your search. So let's say if you know a specific author or a screenwriter for this demonstration, you can select those as well. If you know the collection or maybe a certain series or topics like the year, you can always select that as well. We have more on here that you can select. So there's a lot of topics. So yeah, and again, just click on the electronic access button and you'll be able to access the scripts from there. Let's see. And then we got, another way to kind of look and browse for things. We also have the tag cloud. So we've been tagging a lot over here at the library to make things a bit easier for you if you're trying to do more of a broader search, right? If you're trying to see what we have. So we have Golden Globe winners, we got some Academy Award nominees. So you can select that and then you can kind of see, there we go, all the Academy Award nominees listed here. So you can go ahead, see what we have here and access them as well. So pretty cool. And we also made some lists too. So for our AAPI Heritage Month, we created a list here And yeah, again, you can go ahead and see what we have in our collection. We have some screenplays and graphic novels as well. And you can see if it's available or not. So pretty cool stuff. Yeah, and let's see, and you don't really need to have a library account to access Koha. It's made for the public. So you should be accessing all of our electronic items fine, as long as you're logged in with your LA Film School email. But for those of you that are interested in a library account, you can go ahead and go back to the homepage of the library page or back to our library site and fill out the library application. So if you want to do more features on here, like being able to place holds and create your own list, you can go ahead and fill out the application. It's pretty simple. We'll just put in the information needed. Make sure you use your LA Film School email, and that way we'll add you to it. And once you get that email confirmation saying like, hey, your account's ready, you're good to go ahead and click on the login to your account button and then log in. And yeah, there you go. Since I'm logged in already as our test student account, it will just log you in. So you can see that you have an account right here. Got more features here. I can see what I have checked out, what I need to pay if I have any late fees attached to it. I could go ahead and make a payment. I can also edit my personal details. So if you want to add or edit any of this information, you can make sure the primary is LA Film, but you can always add a secondary as well. And there's also the messaging feature. So let's say you want to receive text messages, you can. Especially, it's a very handy tool when you have things checked out at the library, but you want to get a reminder. You could go ahead and select that as well. We have it by default by 1 day, but hey, if you want 3 days advance notice, then you can go ahead and select that as well. Yeah, so you can check those off if you want. And lists, like I mentioned earlier, you can create your own list. So if you have a watch list, scripts to read, etc., you can create that list and you can add more to your list. And let's see, so we do have our tags. So if you made any tags, it will show up here. You can view your search history. You can view your checkout history if you've checked out here before, and purchase suggestions. So yeah, if there's anything here that you can't find, maybe it's something that you really want, or it's your personal interest, or maybe a faculty member recommended it to you, you don't see it here, we highly recommend that you give us a suggestion. That way you can fill out the information needed, right? And then let us know if you want the DVD, Blu-ray film, or a script, and then we'll try to see if we can get that, depending on budgets and depending on the popularity, and see if we can get it here or not. But yeah, it doesn't hurt to give us some feedback. Yeah, so yeah, it's pretty much what we have here for our library catalog, Koha. So if you do want to learn more about Koha, and we do have that video tutorial that I showed you in the beginning on the front page. And we also have more tutorials on our tutorial page where Matt will be also letting you know about. So yeah, so let's go back to the library website where I believe Matt will be diving into research and ways to support us.
Thank you, Georgina. And hello, everyone. Thank you very much for being here with us today. So like Georgina said, I'm going to be going over two sections of the library website. I'm going to be going over the research section, and I'm going to be going over the support us section as well, both of which feature a lot of really cool resources. And obviously, one of the key features of the library website is our collection of online databases, really great resources. These are useful for doing research, for essays, if you're writing a thesis, or even if you're just looking for reliable information on any given topic. But before we begin, I also have a poll for you. It's a two-part poll, and we'd just like to know how many of you have experience with academic journals, and if you do have experience with them, which ones? So we'll pull up the poll, and if you have experience with academic journals, you can choose one for yes, and if you don't, you can choose two for no. And if you chose yes, in the second half, you can tell us whether it's something like Google Scholar, or EBSCO, or ProQuest, or ERIC, or if it's something else. But let's go ahead and jump right in. So what we're going to do is these little menu buttons at the top, they say like Laughs Library and About and Services and Collections and Research. We're going to go to the Research one and we're going to click on Research. And what that's going to do is it's going to bring us to the Research Guide page. And this is kind of like the hub of all of the research resources. So here you can see a lot of really great resources and tips for doing things like research, for choosing a topic, for finding books, different citation styles, our tutorials, like Georgina mentioned, subject guides, resources. But what we're going to start off with is showing you the A to Z database page. So we're going to click on that. And what that's going to do is essentially bring us to a master list of all of the databases that we offer access to. Some of them are open access, which means that they're just open to the public, but a lot of these are databases that we have subscriptions to, so they are exclusive to people who are with the LA Film and Lars family. So most of the databases here or all of the materials provided here come from verified sources, which are really important when doing research. And as you can see on the list, you can browse a couple different ways. You can browse by subject type, or by subjects, I should say, by database type. You can browse by vendor and provider, or you can just scroll or click on a letter and it'll shoot down to whatever it is that you're looking for. So we're just gonna like do a very brief exploration of just a couple of these so you can get an idea of how this list works and how some of the databases work. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to try Alexander Street Film Scripts Online. It's one of the ones at the very top. It's that third one. So we're going to click on that. So this database offers access to over 100 scripts or screenplays, all of which are authorized versions. The database offers a few ways to browse. You can browse by people, by genre, and it's a really useful tool when you're analyzing the differences between what's on the page versus what's on the screen. Um, so just to kind of give you an idea of what kind of stuff is in here, let's click on genre. We're going to browse by genre. And it's going to bring us to a list of all these different genres, and then it'll tell you how many screenplays are associated with that drama. So we're going to go with fantasy. It looks like there are 10 scripts within that category. And then we like to click on Highlander for this demonstration. So let's just go ahead and click on that. And when you click on a script, this is what's going to pop up. It's going to look just like this. It's going to have this fun little interface where you can scroll through the different pages of the script. And again, these are verified versions of the script, so they're 100% legit. Very, very useful. Now, I will mention that this is separate, a separate database from what Georgina showed you earlier in Koha. So in Koha, those are scripts that are in our personal collection, our own library collection. So accessing those is different from accessing these. These are housed by Alexander Street Press. But anyways, so you've got a little bit of an idea of how this database looks like. So let's go ahead and head back to the A to Z database page and we'll explore a couple more. So this time what we're going to do is we're going to pull down that subjects menu because we're going to browse by subjects and we're going to browse by music because we want to see what kind of music databases we have. So it looks like we have about 22 of them. So we're going to scroll down a little bit and we're going to click on, scroll down, scroll down. Right there, we're going to click on Naxos Music Library. So Naxos Music Library is a really, really great resource if you're interested in classical music. You can explore and stream classical music from over 800 labels for absolutely free. And the database website offers really cool things like guided tours of different musical eras. If you look over on the left, there's like this menu, and one of the buttons says resources. So we're going to click on that and it has some of the things that I was talking about. You know, it has like this a dictionary, it has like this musicology section, it has these guided tours of different musical eras, it has study guides based on it looks like regions, it has a junior section, it has an opera section, a pronunciation guide section. But just to show you guys a little bit more of this database, we're going to go to the guided tours and we're going to click on the Romantic era. And then from there, you can see it has like this list of all of these Romantic era composers. So let's just go ahead and click on the top one. We'll click on Beethoven, one of my personal faves. And we're just going to click on one of these pieces of his. And so this is the player that pops up. This is how you can listen to the music. And unfortunately, because we're in a Zoom call and there are copyright restrictions through Zoom, you can't hear it through the Zoom meeting. But if you were to try it on your own, it should work. And if it doesn't, let us know. But again, this is just one of our many, many databases, and we just want to give you a little bit of an insight to how it looks and how it feels. There are so many more, so please explore them. And so with that, let's go ahead and head back to the A to Z database page and explore a couple more. So let's go all the way back up and we're going to clear the filters, which means like when we decided to filter it by music, we're undoing that. And this time we are going to browse by database type. So we're going to pull down that second menu and we're going to click on streaming films and television. And as you can see, there are 4 different databases relating to streaming films and television. And for this demonstration, we're going to click on Swank Digital Campus. So Swank Digital Campus is a platform for streaming movies for academic institutions like ours. Because what would a film school be without a way to stream movies, right? So this database offers a library of movies that are all free to watch as long as you're logged in with your LAFS credentials, meaning your email and password. And there, as you can see, there's a lot of really great titles to choose from. We got some new ones, some classics. We got Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. We got House of Cards. We got Jaws. We got Jurassic Park, La La Land, Pan's Labyrinth. That's a really great one. But let's click on The Bling Ring, this Sofia Coppola movie, which is she's one of my favorite directors. If you've not seen any of her movies, definitely recommend them. And you would just click watch. And again, because of the copyright restrictions through Zoom, you cannot see the video playing, but be assured that if you do this on your own device, it should work. And if it doesn't, please let us know. But yeah, so this is Swank Digital Campus, one of the 4 platforms that we offer access to for streaming movies. But yeah, let's go ahead and get the ball rolling, or keep it rolling, I should say. And we'll go back to the A to Z database page, and we're going to look into just one more of our many, many databases. And so we're going to clear the browsers again. And this time we're going to browse by vendors/providers, and we're going to go to EBSCO. So EBSCO is the largest database platform that we offer access to. And as you can see, it's been broken down into 7 different smaller collections, depending on what your needs might be. So there's Academic Search Elite, there's Business Source Elite, there's EBSCO eBooks, there's ERIC, there's the Film and Television Literature Index, there's Flipster Magazines, that one's really cool, by the way, Regional Business News. But we are going to do a little demonstration on how to conduct a simple search. So for that demonstration, we're going to go ahead and click on Academic Search Elite. So Academic Search Elite, powered by EBSCO, is essentially an academic database for like researching articles and things like that. So one thing that you might notice as soon as you hit the landing page is that there are multiple search fields that you can utilize. And that is because EBSCO, like most academic databases, utilize something called Boolean operators. Boolean operators are tools that you can use to really refine your searches because I don't know if you've ever done any academic research, but it can take a really, really long time to sift through all of the search results when you're looking for or when you're researching a topic, right? So using something like Boolean operators makes it a lot easier, or makes it it can cut down on the time to sift through those search results. So I'm going to give you an example and kind of explain. So if in the first search box there we type time travel, so obviously if we were to leave it at that and hit search, we would get a huge list of search results that mention time travel in any way, right? And it would probably take a really long time to go through all of them. So what we could do is utilize the second and maybe even the third search box to kind of refine it. So let's say we're going to do and something else. So time travel and motion pictures. So what that would do, if we conducted the search this way, that would yield search results that mention both time travel and motion pictures somewhere in the record description or in the actual article, right? So you're telling it like, okay, I want things that say time travel and also motion pictures. Like they both have to be there somewhere in the description in order to show up in the search results. But let's say we change the Boolean operator and to or. So if we conducted a search as time travel or motion pictures, that broadens our search a little bit while still adding a little bit of clarification on what you're looking for. So that would yield search results that might just contain time travel in the description. It might just contain motion pictures in the description, or it might contain both. If we were to change the Boolean operator to not, what that would do is it would yield search results that mention time travel, but anything that mentions motion pictures, it's going to completely exclude it. So that kind of it narrows your search a little bit, if that makes sense. And then if we look over on the right-hand side of these search boxes, there's these other drop-down menus. And what these these are to specify what your search terms are. So if you write in somebody's name and you're trying to tell EBSCO like, hey, this is an author's name, so only give me search results that are authored by this name. Again, that's just a way for you to refine your search to really hone in on what it is that you need for your research. But for this demonstration, what we're going to do is we're going to search time travel and motion pictures, and we're not going to specify the search terms, and we're just going to hit search. So what that does is it brings up 108 search results, which isn't that bad, but if you needed to go through all of them, it could take a long time. So another thing that you could do is utilize the limiters that you see over on the left-hand side. There's a couple different ones you can limit to make sure that things are in full text and not just an abstract or a description. You can limit to things that are peer-reviewed, which is that's a pretty good one. You can limit to things that are only a cover story. You can limit by source type if you're looking for just magazine articles or academic journal entries or reviews or newspaper articles. There's a lot of ways for you to limit what you're looking for. And again, this is just to help you find what you're looking for without having to search through a bunch of things. So for this demonstration, we're going to limit by full text. And look at that, it cut down our search results from 108 to 49. That's pretty good. So we're going to scroll down, and for this demonstration, we like to click on the article, No Time Like the Present. So this is what the record description looks like. It has all the information about who wrote it, where it came from, what the subject terms are. It has a little abstract listed there. And then if you look over on the left, there's these two links. One says HTML full text and one says PDF full text. Let's click on PDF full text so that you can see what that looks like. What it is essentially a scan of the original publication so that you can see it in its original form. So you see all the pictures, you see, the original font. It is quite literally a scan of the original publication. And you might need this for research purposes, or you might just be interested to see what it looked like when it was originally published. Or maybe you don't need it at all, and you're telling yourself like, I don't need all this, I just need the text. In that case, you could click on HTML full text, and boom, all of the text that was in that scan is formatted here in plain text, so you can read it without any of those frills, bells and whistles. Yes. So, and then if we scroll up a little bit, what you'll see is it has this, yeah, like this. You could choose the language it's in, more information on the title and the database that it's from. But it also has this tool that says listen. And essentially what that does is if you click the play button, it will read the text in a synthesized voice. And maybe that's something that you need, maybe it's something that you prefer, but it is there for most articles. And you can even change, I believe, the speaking speed or the voice that it speaks in. But just to give you an example, let's press play.
No time like the present. Advisory.
Very nice. Again, a really great resource. We definitely encourage you to utilize it. Over on the right, you'll see a list of tools. So if you want to save this to a Google Drive, you could do that. I know that as LA Film and LAR students, you are equipped with a Microsoft account. So it's probably OneDrive that you would be wanting to save this to. You can add it to a folder. You can print the abstract. I'm pretty sure you should be able to print the article. You can email it to yourself. You can save it. You can cite it. So if we scroll down to the cite button, let's go ahead and click that. That's a really great tool because let's say you decided that you wanted to use this article for like a thesis or an essay or something, and you needed to cite it for your works cited page. EBSCO does the work for you. All you have to do is scroll and look for the citation style that you need. And then once you find it, you just copy paste it into your works cited page or to whatever it is that you're doing, and boom, the work is done for you. You can export it, you can create a note. If you are planning to share this, use the permalink tool. Don't just copy the URL from the URL ribbon up there. Make sure you use the permalink. It's like a friendly URL that makes sure that whoever you're sending it to is seeing what you're seeing. But yes, so that is how you would use EBSCO, and it's very similar to other academic databases. Um, I hope all of that made sense. I know I was kind of like really speeding through all of that. But we're trying to keep it brief here. But we have tutorials on how to use these, which I will go over in a second. But if the tutorials are not enough, if the webinar is not enough, or you just prefer like some one-on-one explanations, we are always here. Well, we're here Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, to help you if you need it. You can call us, you can email us, we can schedule a Zoom call, do some one-on-one stuff, or if you're on campus or in the area, you can come to the library and ask us in person, and we're happy to help. But that is it for the databases. So let's go ahead and head back to the library homepage, and we'll go over some more resources. So in that same research drop-down menu, there's this link that says subject guides. Let's click on that. So what that does, it brings us to the subject guides homepage, right? And this will probably be changing in the next year or so because we're planning to expand it. But essentially what the subject guides are and the purpose that they serve is they are pages dedicated to a specific subject. In this case, they are separated by like programs, like the animation program, the graphic design program, the audio production program. But like I said, we want to expand them into more maybe hyper-specific subjects, if you will. But anyways, what they are is each one is a page with resources related to that program. So for example, let's click on the animation page. And here you can see we've laid it out, all of these different resources related to animation. So these are really great resources. Some of them are free and they're ones that we've already mentioned, like they were mentioned in the database spiel. Some of them are things from our catalog, which Georgina talked about. That was Koha. And some of them are just ones that we found online. Some of them are open access, so they're free. Some of them might not be free, but they're still worth checking out. If we scroll up, one of the ones that we love to point out because it's such a great resource, I cannot stress it enough, is LinkedIn Learning. LinkedIn Learning is their video courses essentially, and as long as you're an LA Film student, and I believe for a short period of time after you graduate, you have access to this for free, and it's not usually free. So take advantage of them. So when you are on a subject guide and you use a subject guide as a link to LinkedIn Learning, it'll take you to courses that are related to that subject guide. So here it's bringing us to a page with things that are related to animation and illustration. And over on the right, you can see various topics. And then if you scroll down a little bit more, there's related topics. But LinkedIn Learning has courses on so many different things on, animation, on photography, on 3D modeling, on business, like so many things. So we really, 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 really encourage you to check it out. It's such a great resource. And I did want to mention that the subject guides, although they are separated by program, they are not exclusive to people within those programs. So if you're in animation, but you want to check out some of the resources on maybe the audio production guide, do it. Please do it. These resources are for everybody. Um, so yeah, so hopefully that made sense. I know again, I'm blowing through this really, really quickly, but there's a lot to cover. So anyways, let's head back to the library homepage and we're just going to keep chugging along. So underneath the subject guides link, there's this resources link. So let's click on that. So this is again a master list of essentially every resource that we've laid out on any of the guides. So whether it's on a subject guide, whether it's our A to Z database page, all of the resources are housed here. So if you're looking for something and you don't want to go like hunting for it, just go to the online resources page and it's going to be there somewhere. So, and we've broken them down into like these different categories. Um, and I know I mentioned earlier, and I believe Georgina mentioned it at some point too, that some of the resources that we list here on our website are what are called open access, which means that they're not things that we subscribe to personally at LA Film. They're just open to the public, and we thought that they were useful, so we've listed them here. And one of the ones that we like to show you guys is Google Arts and Culture, and you'll find it under the Arts Resource category. Google Arts and Culture is a really, really cool resource. It's really fun too. So let's just click on it so you guys can see what we're talking about. So this is basically, it's powered by Google. It's like, Google does a bunch of cool stuff, but it's essentially like virtual galleries, virtual exhibits. They have games, they have articles, basically anything to do with arts and culture, right? Um, and it changes all the time. I'm not sure how often. It might change every day or like every couple of days, but every time I've logged onto Google Arts and Culture, I'm looking at something different. Um, it's 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 really great. It's really, and sometimes we'll reference Google Arts and Culture in our blog posts, which I believe Georgina mentioned also. We do have a blog. Please follow our blog and follow us on social media. Anyways, the Google Arts and Culture is one of the open access resources that we mentioned, and it's a really, really great one. And actually, let's click on Explore, go on a tour, just so you guys can kind of see. Look at this. Look at that. It's like you're in the museum. That's crazy. I love that. I think it's so cool. It's so nifty and it's free. It's free for everybody. You can use it. Your parents can use it. Your friends can use it. Please use it. But anyways, enough blabbing about Google Arts and Culture. I just love it a lot, so sorry. But anyways, let's head back to the library homepage so we can go over just the last few resources and then you guys can move on with your day. So let's click on tutorials. So Georgina mentioned tutorials, I mentioned tutorials. This is where you'll find them on the tutorials page. So on the tutorials page, there are various video tutorials, and I think maybe a slideshow or two on different topics. So like for example, at the very top was our last webinar that essentially went over everything that we're going over today. And then beneath that is the Koha tutorial. So that goes over what Georgina was talking about with Koha, how to use it, what it's for, what's there. And then over on the left, you can see these different categories. So like, let's click on software. On software, these are tutorials on how to download the various softwares that you might need throughout your academic journey here. If we click on databases, library databases, these are tutorials on how to use the various databases. If we click on printer and scanner, these are tutorials on how to use the printer here if you're on campus. One thing I will say is that our printer uses something called Papercut, which is like a cloud service. Um, so I believe you should be able to download the driver to your personal devices. If you're an on-campus student and you plan to print in the library or on campus, you need that printer driver installed on your device in order to do it, or you can just use one of the computers here in the library. Um, but yes, we encourage you to, get ahead, take a few steps ahead of the curve. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm sorry. Download the printer driver. Anyways, it's been a long day. So those are our tutorials. What we're going to do now is head back to the library homepage, and we're done with the research section. But really quickly, before I go into the support us section, I want to scroll down on the homepage a little bit because I want to show you guys something. We scroll down on the right-hand side at the bottom of this Get Started box. There's this link that says discounts. Ooh, and wouldn't you know it, it's a whole bunch of links for discounts. So there are discounts for things like food, for things like rentals, for clothing, for streaming. So it's a bunch of discount codes that we either found or that were offered to us as an institution. So look through them. If any are applicable to you, they might be interesting or they might be useful for you. Just, take a look. And then also we've separated them students and then staff because we love our staff here. And so staff, please, if you're watching and you didn't know that this page existed, please check it out because you have discounts available to you. Okay, now that I've mentioned that, let's go ahead and head back to the homepage. And this time, now we'll go over the Support Us section. So if you would like to help out the library, you can always leave us feedback. Feedback is like the #1 way that you can support us. We love to get suggestions from you guys on like things you'd like to see in the library, like materials like movies, books, games, things like that, and also services that you would like to see in the library. If you want to, see things in the library that aren't currently here, like I don't know, laminating, or if you think we should do like a song and dance every time somebody walks through the door, just let us know what it is you'd like to see in the library, because the only way that we can make the library better is if you tell us what it is that you need. Um, and then also we do accept donations. So we accept donations in the form of materials that you're trying to get rid of. So if you're trying to get rid of some movies, DVDs, Blu-ray, if you're trying to get rid of some old books, you can contact us here and we can try to coordinate something. I will say though that we can't always accept every donation, but we're definitely willing to take a look at what it is that you're trying to get rid of. Um, and that's it, I believe. Oh my goodness. So yeah, sorry that that took so long and it was very, very fast paced. I know. But again, if you guys we're on it. It was unclear in certain areas, or you just have more questions, you can let us know here now. You can use the Q&A tab, or you can check out the tutorials page, like I mentioned. And if all of that still doesn't help, again, we're always here willing to help you. You can give us a call, send us an email, or come and visit us. We are more than happy to help. So I hope all of that made sense, and I hope you guys have a fantastic day. That is it for me. I'm going to hand it back to Georgina. Bye.
Thank you, Matt. I don't know about the song and dance though. You can be the expert in that area. But yeah, thank you, Matt, for giving us the rundown on research and ways to support us. Last but not least, the library has curated a guide for alumni members or students that are about to graduate. You can check out this guide. We have we've listed some of the resources that will still be available to you upon graduation. And then there's some things that you might lose after, whether it's a month after graduation, maybe 6 months, like LinkedIn Learning. I know Matt mentioned, but yeah, you'll still have it for about 6 months upon after graduation. And then these are some of the softwares that you have that might go away, like Adobe and Microsoft Office. Yeah, so that's why take advantage now while you're in school and utilize those resources. Let's see, then, yeah, so before we wrap up, I just want to mention again that we're on social media. You're able to, if you can, you can follow us. We have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Spotify, and Letterboxd too. You can follow us to stay current on what is happening in and around the library and get updates on newly added things or resources to our collection. We also give updates on upcoming events as well. So we do have that. So if you want to be notified, just go right ahead and follow us. Let's see. So it's pretty much at the end of our presentation. I know we went over a little 5 minutes over, but that's okay. If there are any questions here, please use this time, use the Q&A. Maybe it's something that we did not cover. Maybe it's something that you still need further information on a topic. that we addressed, it's okay. Go right ahead and fill that in. Ask away. And yeah. Yeah, other ways to support us, if you want to spread the word, let your fellow students know, like, hey, there's a library, go check it out. Check out the website, check out us here in person. You can go ahead and do that. That's another way to spread the news about the library, and yeah, we're excited to hear from you and see what you have. Any suggestions, any feedback, definitely want to make sure that your experience here is something that you want to look forward to. So yeah. Looks like we don't really have any questions right now, and that's okay. You can always contact us. We're available. And you can shoot us an email. And or call us as well. So yeah. Thank you again for joining us as we explored here at the library. Again, we're here to help you. So if you have any further questions, want to talk to us, don't be afraid to ask, and yeah, let us know. So this concludes our webinar presentation. The survey should pop up after this meeting, and it would be great if you can provide us some feedback to help us improve this recurring webinar. And thank you again for your attendance, and have a beautiful day. We'll see you again.